On the ultrasound table, when my mother was walked in to have the abortion for me because of her health, it seemed like that there was a possibility I could have been a boy. My mother was more like a mathematician. She was a real riddler, a person that meant what she said, and you had to think. She always made you think, no matter if it was something funny or serious. But it would always be something that bring you joy, laughter, and also taught you something in that moment. She met no strangers. She loved children. She wasn't going to play about no children. She'll tear your ass up about no children, but she also tear them children ass up if they didn't stay their ass in line. She didn't play that. In my mama house, she said she called it opening up a can of whoop ass. I didn't get too many whoopings because I saw her open up that can of whoop ass on my two older siblings, and I said, that's a can I'm not trying to get to eat no time soon. And that was just her saying. I mean, don't make me open up a can of whoop ass. That means she's finna start whipping ass all kind of ways. You ain't gonna know how to sit when she get done. That's the can you just did not want open. But all jokes aside, she's a lovable person. My mother could cook so well. She was the life of the party, the life of the room. Anywhere she walked in, she lit it up. She was also a warrior, boss by nature. She could definitely walk you through things as if she had been there, did it a million times. She would always give advice with the most purest, genuine way she could. It may come out funny, but she knew what the hell she said. I never saw my mom sleep on beef. She had something irritating her in her chest or in your chest, she gonna pop that shit, see if you ready to get it off you right now. Because I ain't finna sleep until I know somebody else got something out for me. That was just the kind of woman she was. Full of resilience, full of strength. Yet I saw my mother grieve her father and her brother's death. So many questions. And I remember her saying things to me like, remember, believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. Everything good and it got a little bad in it, but you got to know how to go through the bad with them to pull out the good. I didn't understand those things then, but oh, do I do now. And Mama, he was oh so right. My mother could sing so well. She had a beautiful voice. And so many times I've joined her, sit there and just listen to her sing on the porch. And we lived in Leesville, Louisiana for a period of time. And when we lived there was a porch on West Union Street. And they were so old speaking from how we come from was they called the porch the Gary. So I would like to say I would go out on the Gary and sit there, and it was a screened in porch. And I would sit there and listen to my mama sing her favorite song. I know that you know it's true. After all I've been through, I should be doing love. But there's a God above that keeps saying, Bobbie, try. Don't give up, you know what. That's what she used to get down and sing her little song, baby. And I could just see her doing so now. And that's what was embedded in me. I also have some of them same beautiful traits that she had. Also, I've noticed my mother wasn't as close with her sisters. I recall a lot of times they were there for her the best way that I felt that they could love her and be there for her. But there were so many things and unanswered questions. And we were raised as a young child in my family, stay out of grown folks' business. If you heard something, you cater to yourself. Now, my mother taught me, if you hear anybody talking about your mama, you tell me. And I took that shit to heart. It was law when she told me that. And if we always had parties and cookouts at our home. And I was that one child where they say, come out and do that dance, Annie. They call me Annie. Come out and do that dance. And I'd do the dance, and I'd get back in there with the kids, and I'd have gone up to business. But I would put me in a position to see things and be able to go whisper, Mama, I saw such and such over there doing this. Watch this person, watch that. I was her eyes behind her head. And then there was times where it got to the point where people didn't want to keep me. Because they'd be like, Annie, if they were talking about my mama, that's my siblings, my aunties, my cousins. I go tell my mama what they said, who all said it, who was on the phone while they said it, who pulled up and can witness that they said it, what they had on while they said it, the facial expression they was making while they were saying it, did they really mean it or jokingly, all of that. I ain't leaving nothing out. And my mama always say, don't never lie to your mama. I don't care if you killed 20 people. If you lie to me, I can't help you. And I took that to heart. I never lied to my mama. The one time I can recall, though, I take that back, that I lied to my mom. I was going to, I got suspended from school because I had missed the bus. And my mother told me, don't miss that bus without letting me know. And I did. I have a cousin who's transitioned also named Albertino Wiley. And he told me a few stories that none of my aunts or none of them really shared with me about my mother, but I thought it was unique. He said one time Bobbie Jean was on the bus and some guy was liking your mama, but he used to go with some other lady, and she was a big girl. And say that the woman got on the bus, the girl got on the bus, and she swung on my mother or something. And it was said when she get off that bus, she was going to tear her ass up. And when she got off the bus, the first few interactions, she said she pushed some kind of way, pushed mama down. Say, but my mama got up, and she said, baby, Bobbie beat that lady ass and got a board and a stick, and was trying to stuff it up the woman's ass. She beat her with that stick so bad. And I was like, wow. You know, I was just shocked to hear that. I always heard stories of my mother's strength. I've witnessed some things as I was a child. My mother, you know, was big in holding a 45 in her breast that she called that Titty National Bank. Don't make me go in the Titty National Bank and pull out 45 on y'all niggas and you can't cash. That was her thing. She meant that shit. You did not want her to go to First Titty National Bank. I just know that. But that was also another memorable moment of my mother. I also remember my mother telling my cousins and their friends when they was dating and stuff, don't be going out there letting them coming out here be out there all night on military posts and stuff and coming back with wet cats and no money in your purse. Dry pockets and wet cat don't go along. You gonna do it, be your ass out there trying to be grown, do it right. I also remember my mother telling my cousins and their friends when they was dating and stuff, don't be going out there letting them coming out here be out there all night on military posts and stuff and coming back with wet cats and no money in your purse. Dry pockets and wet cat don't go along. You gonna do it, be your ass out there trying to be grown, do it right. I used to hear her talking to them, and I used to be like, wow. The stuff I used to hear my mama tell my oldest cousins and my big sisters, and they mistakes, a lot of their mistakes helped me not make them mistakes, because I used to hear my mama be on their ass. But even though they listened and act like they loved her, they really was like, this bitch. See, people can fake they love you. They'll respect you because they can't check you. And I think my mama had a lot of people that just respected her because they couldn't check her. Yet they didn't really like her or had real love for her. Usually when I would ask most of those that was living before I was to tell me stories about my mother, I don't get much besides my mother ended up on drugs. And I never witnessed her do it, but I remember my mama telling me that she did drugs. And she said, you know, I've never seen her. Yeah, I remember my mama telling me, don't you ever do this motherfucking shit. I only do this shit because I hate needles, but I have to take needles 3 times a week just to live. because I don't want to leave y'all alone. Y'all too young for me to leave y'all behind. That was her perception of why she chose to do what she was doing. It was a lot for her to deal with, and she thought that was the best way for her. Yet she was still a mother. She was still respected highly. And inside the home and outside the home. I've never seen nobody disrespect my mama. And when they tried to, she checked that shit immediately. Not the next day. My mother and them was that, she was that woman. And another thing I would like to share was there were so many more things. My mother's a mystery. Her life was a mystery. In some parts of her life, I have nobody that could tell me or that's willing to tell me the stories of how she was when she was dating this person or that person, or why this or that didn't seem. What was those stories? They are important to me, but it's never been something that nobody's in my family that know that I miss my mother has been willing to share with me. And it's okay. What's meant to be known will be known. And what's not will be those things that she had taken with her to her grave. And I'm at peace with that. Yet when I listen to the blues and jams, play your dominoes, a little card game, when I'm feeding my family and seeing them laugh and joy and seeing that, ooh, Annie cooked this food, I get that from my mama. I get the tone of my voice and the sway of my hips from my mother. I get that warrior spirit, that passionate care from my mother. I'm thankful that Bobbie Jean Hickman birthed me. I see where a lot of things that I've endured, and I know that she had to endure, or I wouldn't have went through it. So I've learned to break those generational curses one by one. And I appreciate those who all have participated in their ancestral story. It's healing for me, and I extend the gift of healing and the gift of honoring my ancestors and your ancestors. Because this is my story of my mother, one of my greatest ancestors, a fierce fighter on the other side, Bobbie Jean Hickman, the daughter of Irma and Elmo Hickman. My mother have grandchildren that she has, few of them she met before she passed. But I know she would love to be in their lives and spoil them and everything. But I told my children, y'all would be the good little children if my mama was living. I mean, they're not no bad children, but they could be much better if their grandmother was living. I tell you that much. Grandmothers are special. Mothers are special. Someone who loves you with the true spirit of the Most High and show you, that's priceless, and that's family. One of the mysteries of my mother's life, a lot of times when I would speak to my elders or aunties, they would call my mother, they would always whisper like a mystic legend about my mother. Bobbie could have been anything she wanted to. She was so talented, so smart, so gifted, and so loved. And the back of my head was why all the rest of y'all couldn't be anything y'all wanted to be. Y'all had breathed by the same two parents. Or was it? But neither here nor there. Family is who you lay your head down and wake up with, who you cry and fight for together. All kinfolk ain't kinfolk. Oh, shall they say all kinfolk ain't kinfolk. But my mama loved all people. You treated her right and loved her right, she loved you right. Mama, I saw and witnessed my mama love on people and treat them right when they refused to love and treat her right. She loved them from a distance. If she heard somebody did them wrong and she knew about it, she'll handle that for them. without ever still talking to him or asking for anything in return.
All that we have planned, and now that you're gone, every day I go on, but life's just not the same. I'm so empty inside, and my tears I can't hide, but I'll try to face the pain, though I'm missing you. I'll find a way to get through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and my ground. Only God made no.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
There were so many things that we could have shared. If time was on our side. Ooh, yeah. Now that you're gone, I can still feel you near. So I'll smile with every tear I cry. Though I'm missing you, I'll find a way to go through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength and my pride. Only God may know why. Still I will get back. Sweet, we're the closest of friends. Yeah, but I'm waiting for.
It seemed that my mother's health was so bad at an early age that she was fighting for her life all the time, you know. So, but in between that, she made the best of it. Life was life, and you know, a bad day, what we would consider a bad day today was like that day we turned up. It was family, it was lovable. Children was being children, and the grown folks made a way, you know. And we were always appreciative, very appreciative children. We were around appreciative adults that were surrounded by snakes.